Here we go. Court is in session, and this is not your run-of-the-mill docket call. We're about to hear the case of the state of Texas versus Barrett Henry Bishop. And trust me, the charges here, they're the kind that can change someone's life forever in every possible way.
429 and 23 CR 430, the state of Texas versus Barrett Henry Bishop. You are Mr. Bishop, here with your attorney, Mr. Galmore, and the state's attorney. Earlier, the defendant entered pleas of guilty to each of these cases.
Lesser included in each case.
Yeah. I was going to put the day. Same complaint.
Yes, sir.
So you were charged with the first-degree felony of sexual assault of a child. However, the defendant pleaded guilty in an agreement with the state to the lesser included attempted sexual assault of a child. And this is showing a third-degree felony.
I believe that's the way we filled it out. Was
Is that right?
Third.
Yes, sir.
But it was filed as a first.
Going from a first-degree felony, which in Texas can mean life in prison, down to a third-degree felony is a massive reduction. That's like going from the legal equivalent of a hurricane to a heavy thunderstorm. Still dangerous, still serious, but survivable. And it didn't happen by accident. Plea bargains are often where legal strategy and human factors collide.
I believe the family enhancement was dropped, and then we did an
Yes,
attempted
we did, Judge.
third.
Is that what we
Yes,
did?
sir. We did. Yes.
Okay. So everybody agrees
It's a third.
this was, the plan was he would be prosecuted for a lesser included attempted sexual assault of a child, a third-degree felony,
Correct.
which carries with it no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison for each case. And the sentences, whatever they are going to run concurrent.
That's correct.
All right. Have the parties had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report? Any corrections or changes?
None from the defense.
Not from the state.
It's made a part of the record for all purposes. The agreement, whatever sentence shall not exceed a year, a length of 3 years in prison. So on a third-degree felony, we are looking at no less than 2, no more than 3 years confinement in prison. And are other probations available?
Yes, sir.
If deferred as well as regular?
I believe both of you.
Yes, both of these available.
All right. Who wants to state may open and close?
Sure, Judge. Judge, we fashioned this agreement because of the complaining witness's wishes. She spoke with me and my
Was the
office.
complaining?
She was
16 at the time.
15 to 16, I think, yeah. She was a child, yes, sir, and that's why we did it is the way we did it. But after speaking to our office now, she is in the military. She has thought about this long and hard. She spoke with us and wanted him to suffer some consequences, but she didn't want them so harsh that he would be taken away from his children for a long time or suffer any really bad consequences to keep him from being able to support his children. So I believe that her wishes are fulfilled in what we've fashioned because she seems to be okay with it. She's happy with what we're doing. And but we've still got a problem of this was a child, as the court mentioned. And so we've got to deal with the fact that there were some things that happened that took advantage of her being a child.
Notice what's happening here. The prosecutor is balancing the letter of the law with the victim's wishes. That's a delicate dance. You can see the tension. How do you honor someone's desire for mercy while still acknowledging the severity of crimes involving a child? This isn't just legal, it's deeply moral.
And so this didn't happen just once, but happened, as you see, 2 different occasions.
Says multiple times.
Yes, well, yes, sir, but we've charged her with 2, so.
The first occurring when she was 8. According to this, that's been without objection.
Yes, sir.
In the pre-sentence report. This happened, went on to describe she would wake up and this happened at least 3 times.
The actual charges that we're having right now, Judge, is the 2 that when she was older as a teenager.
Everything gets rolled in.
Yes, I know, Judge, and And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm trying to stay within her wishes. I'm not. I could be harsh and argue a lot of things, but she did not want us to be that harsh on this. So that's why we fashioned the plea bargain we fashioned. And I'm trying to fulfill her wishes. She's gone through a lot. And she also says that Mr. Bishop, once she became older, helped her get into the military, helped her do a lot of things in her life and tried to set things right in her words. But you can't set those right. And you know that, Judge, it scars a child for life what he did. So
Yeah.
in that fashion, I would ask
What's
for
the
3
price
years.
of the loss of innocence of a child? Anybody know? Nobody can say. There is no price. It's
So-
morally and naturally and in our culture forbidden. Because it's irreplaceable. From 8
Yes, sir.
years out.
Because of that, but also because of the complainant's wishes, we'd ask for the 3 years prison time.
And here's the gut punch. The victim was only 8 years old when it began. The law can measure prison time in years, but trauma? That's a life sentence of its own. Every juror, every judge, every person in this room knows that.
I think that's something that's fair under what she wants and what happened to her.
Mr. Galmore, on behalf of the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bishop is asking the court to consider probation for a couple of reasons. Number one, he is employed. And the reason why that's important is because he does have 2 minor children still at home. Those children, he does pay child support on, and he is actually paying. He's not a non-paying father, so he does help support his 2 children. And Judge, the impact that would have on them, we would ask the court to consider other measures that the court has at its disposal on top of the probation. He is going to be a sex offender for the rest of his life. And so I think that the stipulations are going to keep him, in the straight and narrow and protect society. Of course, it's going to happen regardless of which route the court goes. But at least if he were granted probation, he would be able to continue providing support for his 2 children. He has 2 children. The complainant in this case was a stepchild.
But a child of his.
Absolutely. I just making sure the court understood that he's got 2 children of his own and that he does still provide.
Anything you would like to add, Mr. Bishop?
He did make a statement to probation and it is something.
Well, added.
It should be
I just have.
right into the defendant's version.
Yeah. I feel ashamed, regret. I'm trying to get through this to be for the kids. That's what he said.
That's correct.
It's synced. This was originally filed as a first-degree felony.
That's correct.
And which carried with it the normal first degree. It wasn't an enhanced first degree. It was a regular first degree felony there at the beginning. So you were looking at no less than 5 years, up to life in prison. And the parties have worked in it.
Think about that. From the possibility of life behind bars to 3 years. This is why people watch court cases with their jaws on the floor. To some, this feels like justice with compassion. To others, it feels like the system letting someone walk away lightly. Which camp are you in?
Agreement here that is below that minimum. But this is a multiple event, and the child was according to her statement to the police, this happened multiple times, with the first instance occurring when she was 8 years old. And that liquor was provided to the child during the episodes. alcohol, vodka. If nothing further, the court is going to find that the defendant has pleaded guilty to this lesser included attempted sexual assault of a child, a third-degree felony.
That's correct.
You have pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted at your hearing. That's the sworn statement, and essentially we call that the plea agreed confession and statement of responsibility. You pleaded guilty voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this third-degree felony of attempted sexual assault of a child. And I'm following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 3 years. You'll be given credit. There's not any, there's 1 day credit, I think. That's all. You'll be given credit for the time you have served. Also, because of this conviction, you must register as a sex offender. And I think on this is going to be for life. And that failing to register properly and time.
Here's a reality check. That label is permanent. Being a registered sex offender isn't just a box you check.
And result in the filing of a felony offense against you. So that needs to be done. And that needs to be done, I think, immediately somehow before you, y'all need to work that out before you, or
They work it out in the prison.
I'm sure they have up in the jail or the prison. I'm sure they've got something there, but if it's not, you don't want to be hanging out there exposed to potential criminal liability when that's unnecessary. You can, it's a 1-page document that gets filled out. I think it's, you sign on the 2nd page, but it's a 2-page document. Do you understand what has happened today, Mr. Bishop? All right. Y'all trying to put that back together?
You have a good relationship with my kids?
Well, I mean, talking about the child. Y'all have a relationship?
We've had a no contact order since it started. So
Yeah.
she lives in another state in the military.
Okay. Well, I'm sensitive about families. Some things can't be fixed. Some things can. It's fixable somehow. Family's a gift, natural and gift from our Creator. You want to make the best use of it for the betterment of the family unit. I hope things turn out better for you on this. I'm sorry this happened, but you can't harm a child. That's forbidden, and it's pays a fine price. All right. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
That is all. We're in a 6 months. All right, we're getting ready for trial. Thank you.